Damn, no wonder y'all can't see me. Hold on. Now y'all should be able to see me. Unless, I don't know what the dealio is. Off my fucking camera. Wow. Wow, that's fucked. That really is. They really turn off my fucking camera? They hurt, yo. Esau was hurt. So he got my camera malfunctioning. Let me see something. No, that's too weird. What the fuck? No way. No way. Lighting must be bad. Oh, but I got the light on. Might be this. Yeah, 'cause that's too weird. No fucking way, for real. No fucking way. I'm bright as light. My light is fucking bright as fuck. And they're still doing that. Hey, Esau heard. Kali, how about you? How about you? I saw 144 too. That devil heard. I got to that devil. He heard. Wow, they heard. Alright, still gonna bring it out. Just not gonna see. Wow. I'm about to say, I'm back. I was, I don't know. That could have been the spiritual demon Satan, actually. That was, because now that's crazy. I've never had that happen before. That's crazy. That's so crazy. I never had the screen be black until I plugged my phone in. Like the camera be black until I plugged the phone in. That's new. New demons, I guess. With new levels come new devils. Yep. New demons. They didn't like what I did. And they coming at me harder, because I was at camp and then did a whole after camp sit down, went into a lot of topics. Almost 4 hours. Well, about 3 hours. 3 hours, some. Went into a lot of topics, so they coming at me harder now that happened. Well, that's crazy. I never had that before. Yeah, I was out there. Damn, bro, hold on. Hold on, Akib. Hold on. Gotta make sure I'm straight. Alright, I'm gonna start off. Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who are the reason why we have this truth. They were the instruments used to bring it out, just like we are today. And Shalom to the sincere Akim out there, spreading this truth like wildfire. Shalom to, who also live this truth as well. Don't just regurgitate it, but apply it. We'll watch the video on that. that was like a rebuke to all of us, including myself. Cause sometimes, I say it, sometimes even I slip up. We all fall short of the glory of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But that just means we gotta get better. And shalom to the Israelite foreigners who look like the other nations, but the Spirit bears witness that they're the children of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They're Israelites. And shalom to the real sisters out there. All right, let me get on it. All right, let me get into these scriptures. Because I be thinking about this a lot. The Bible basically, I did another live like this, that the Bible puts you on game about everything. And it's true. It's true. The Bible got wisdom, but when you apply it, it actually works, It's actual wisdom, it's not the wisdom of this world like, they be on that dumb shit, bro. It's not that dumb shit. This is a wisdom that actually it's wisdom. It's not the philosophies of this world, man, which is bullshit. It's folly. It's not wisdom. What they tell you is wisdom, but the wisdom of this world. They tell you it's wisdom, but it's folly, bro. It actually get you into more trouble. Like I was reading I be on social media sometimes. Be on social media, you see posts that are alright, then you see posts that are full of folly, man. See a lot of folly posts. And there was a post on there to talk about this chick basically posting like, I ain't just gonna offer you basically the box. And I was reading them, all right, post, and then I read down, and you want to vent, you want to eat, okay, I'll feed you, which is nothing wrong with that, right? It's actually what your rib should be doing for you, man. If you wanna vent me, no, that's where it stopped, man. You wanna vent to me, just curl up. You vent to me. And the reason why, it's not wise to do that, bro. It's not wise to vent and have a lot of dudes call me, yeah, it's my type. And for the most part she was, but I'd have to say when it comes to venting, man, like you gotta be careful who you vent to. Information can be used as a weapon. Too much of it, information is can be used as ammo, man. So you gotta be careful, because they may not have the best intentions, or they may feel that way right now, but when they don't feel that way, that's when you gotta watch out. They use it against you. It tells you in the Bible not to vent to anybody out there, Micah 7:5, trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. That's wisdom right there, man. Trust ye not in a friend. They can't just trust any old dude, bro. Like, trust ye not in a friend is some shit you can't tell. Like, even your day ones, bro. Some shit you can't even tell them, man. but ye not confidence in a guide, yeah. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. You know that one right there, especially, man. Can't be telling your girl everything. You know, these are ways that this wisdom could apply in real life, you know. No, wisdom about everything. Well, wisdom about dealing with what basically about that, you know, Vinny. Wisdom about what else? What else? How how to uh how to deal with any old situation, man. And tell you why. Verse 6. For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. Yeah, you know, especially nowadays. Especially nowadays. You know, the curses are too real, you know. And yeah, the curses are too real. And you know, also the love of many has waxed cold. The love of many has shall wax cold. That's actually coming true. Matthew 24 and 12. You know, people just they don't, you know, they don't show the same respect. They don't keep their word no more. And because iniquity shall abound, love many shall wax cold. That's Matthew 24 and 12. You know, they don't keep their word no more. You know, they'll you know, they'll stab you in the back quick, you know, for a come up. You know, it's getting worse and worse as we get closer towards Jacob's trouble, man. When it's gonna be at its worst. And hold on. Yeah, you know, so that's why, you know, you gotta be wise out here, bro, when dealing with them. When dealing with people in the world, but even people you think is in the truth, bro. Uh, you actually gotta prove a friend. Gotta prove a friend. I don't try to make this as sorted to the point as possible, because you can't always be making these long lives. Some of them gotta be short and to the point. Sometimes it's best. Ecclesiasticus 6 and 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. You gotta prove him first. If you get you get a friend, and you gotta make sure that dude really on your side and shit. You know, and he's not just there just cause you're doing good at the time. Verse 8, for some man is a friend for his own occasion and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. Most people. Oh, what the fuck? Verse 9, and there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach. You know. Verse 10, again some friend is a companion at the table, will not continue in the day of thy affliction. Verse 11, but if in thy prosperity he will be as thyself and will be bold over thy servants. Yo, I've been there since the beginning type shit. You know, when they wasn't shit. They wasn't there since the beginning. Or they was only there when you was doing good. You know, that's why verse 12. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face. Yep. Like if you're out there on the streets, if you're like almost like if you was to lose your crib or be any type of low point like that, You used to lose your crib and you're homeless now. No, that same dude is not gonna like be there for you and shit. Most likely, he's not gonna do it. And that'll show that he wasn't really a wasn't really a friend. He wasn't really a homie. It wasn't really a brother. That be brought low, he will be against thee and will hide himself from thy face. Or if you're being afflicted, if you're a, if you're a, if you're suffering, you have an infirmity that you're going through, he's not gonna be all there for you and shit. Hey, fake friends, fake homies, fake brothers. That's how they be, and also these females, they ain't gonna fuck with you like that whenever you're down and out as well. Because you're not don't got the power, and so they see you as less able to provide. Verse 13: Separate thyself from thine enemies and take heed of thy friends. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because some of them is your enemies. Because they're not, they're not. Yeah, yeah. Get what I'm saying? They're actually enemies. Verse 14: A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such a one has found a treasure of con. So I'll give you advice on that. Verse 15: Not the countervail faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable. We have a song that's really got you. His excellency is invaluable. Verse 16: A faithful friend is the medicine of life. Day of fear, Yahweh shall find him. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's that it show you, how to it show you that, man. That how to prove them, and you don't see, hey, Jacob's trouble when hey, when they're, hey, you brothers, y'all getting when we getting demonized, like being called, like openly being called terrorists and all that. They hunt us down. Who is gonna, like, who's a brother, whoever stays, or who's not, who's fake. Because if they not a brother, they gonna turn you in. Or if the girl that you with, if she's not you have a woman on this side, no, she's gonna, she'll turn you in, or leave you, or both. Well, both. She turns you in, she's leaving you. If she's not really really that really on your side like you think she is. He So it's all there. And also No, but at the same time, it's not like it's a balance. At the same time, as not, trusting everybody like that. At the same time, you, hey, hey, let me get it. Ecclesiasticus 6:2, extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull strained alone. Verse 3, thou shalt eat up thy leaves and lose thy fruit and leave thyself as a dry tree. Yo, yeah, you ain't supposed to like. If you can, if there's someone you could trust, there's a brother you could trust. You could, you know, at the same time, don't push him away. Verse 4, wicked soul shall destroy him that hath it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies. Yo, shit. Yeah, you buy it yourself and shit. Like, I mean, it's better if you have someone that at least able to maintain contact with brothers. At least. Let me get something else. Hold on. And then of course you have hold on. Might wrap it up soon, probably. And of course you have, the scriptures that deal with women. Kind of went into it, a lot of it, like way back. Way back. Yep, I think I did. Let me get now if I went over it way back, I'm probably gonna wrap it up soon. Thank you. Should I go over these articles or change it up? Go over some of these articles, maybe. That's why the world is the way it is, though. It's like, because y'all basically, taking heed to these vain philosophies. Our people fell off. This is for our people. You so-called black people, Latinos, Native Americans, and you speckled birds. We're not concerned about you heathens, you Edomites, but also, our people are not in charge. That's why this shit going on. They're not the righteous are not in authority. The wicked are in authority. That's why. That's why the world is such a mess. Hmm. Thousands of, I think a brother already did a video on that. Thousands of pages documenting slavery found in the attic of Eastern Shore House. Esau exposed. Yup. Oh shit. Hold on. Let's go over these. Hold on. This one right here. You know, the earth. The earth is out of course. I get that one. But, you know, because the people that's ruling is the wicked. They the foolish too. Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Out of course, man. They don't know how to run the world, man. No, they destroy the earth. Now you got this heat wave. California braces even worse than the last one, by the way. California braces for dangerously high temperatures and new heat wave. Temperatures could reach 115 Fahrenheit in the Central Valley, 120 Fahrenheit in desert areas like Palm Springs. You know, a new heat wave is predicted to bring dangerously hot weather to California's inland regions this week, as relentlessly high temperatures continue to torment the West Coast. Meteorologists are warning residents to prepare for potentially record-breaking temperatures as high as 115 Fahrenheit in the Central Valley and 120 Fahrenheit in desert areas like Palm Springs, with temperatures in Death Valley set to approach an all-time high. The heat is predicted to start to build on Wednesday and increase through the weekend. Temperatures are going to be about 10 degrees above normal for first time of year, said Diana Cross Palayo, a spokesperson for the California Office of Emergency Services. Quote unquote, this will be a record-setting heat wave. The state is already facing extreme drought and fires spawned by the dry conditions. The fire situation could be intensified by by the gusty winds near the Oregon border and predicted lightning storms in the Sierra Nevada mountains, the forecaster said. The big story, quote unquote, the big story is the developing heat. Hold on. Said Eric Schoen, a meteorologist for the National Weather Service. Quote unquote, this will be a long duration event where it is not going to cool down much at night, so it is dangerous for the state. Quote unquote, the warnings fall. Hold on. You see where my live is at. Right here. All right, I'm back. Getting into this article about this heat wave. Hey, one viewer got 44 tabs where the live is at. Kala Yaba Shimi Al Shaba Shimba Kakadash. More signs. I be seeing that a lot. I be seeing that 144 number a lot. The big story is okay, yep. The warnings follow on the heels of last week's record-setting heat wave in the normally cool Pacific Northwest, which left hundreds dead in Oregon, Washington, and British Columbia from heat-related illness. And as North America emerges from the hottest June on record, the fact that California's heat is expected to continue at night raises the risk of heat illness, said Sierra Littlefield, an NWS meteorologist. Quote unquote, when it's hot in the day and warm at night, it really wears people down, she said. Now, also, when it's warm, bro, when it's warm, you can't fucking sleep, bro. When it's warm, you can't sleep. It's already hot. And now it's warm, it makes it hard to sleep, especially if you're homeless and shit, or you gotta save on AC. You ain't got much money. You got a crib, but you gotta save on AC and shit. And AC is probably high as fuck. Because that increases the demand, which increases the price because the supply, is limited availability. So it increases the price, makes it go through the roof. Littlefield said residents should prepare themselves to cope with the heat by drinking plenty of water, postponing outdoor work to the early mornings or evenings, and making sure to get animals out of the sun. Residents should plan for a place to go if it gets so hot they need air conditioning. So that's causing the prices to go up, man. And then using a lot of it, so it's gonna be bad for you too. Just a lot of people. It's gonna cause energy prices to go up even more, man. Like even worse. Quote unquote. People should. I gotta stop saying man. People should know where they can find air conditioning, whether it's with friends or at a cooling center. Quote unquote, she said the state office of emergency services is compiling a website, Salaga, right? With a list of cooling centers and tips for staying safe in high heat. Forecasters said that those in the biggest population centers of the state, such as Los Angeles and San Francisco, which lie along the coast, will benefit from ocean cooling and not face the extra high temperatures. One danger state officials are still assessing is whether the heat wave could result in power shortages across Palaio. Yo, rolling brownouts, man. Rolling brownouts. They're gonna start doing that. I could see it. She advised residents in inland areas to pre-cool their homes if they have air conditioning and lower their shades to keep the cool air in. She also asked residents statewide to conserve electricity by shutting off unnecessary appliances. "Quote unquote, what we don't want is for there to be a shortage of energy that requires power shutdowns," she said. Yep, and I could see it, and I could see how they would do it. The Jake area is getting hit the worst. You're in the South Central LA areas like that getting hit the worst. Cooking, you mean cooking 115 to 120 degree heat. 100,000 people without, oh, that was 8 months ago, but it could come back. New heat wave. Yep. Yep, the heat is on. Let me get hold on. Yep, hey, another heat wave, even worse. Yep. Face. So you have that popping off. You have the heat, and you got the fire season starting because of that. Already early and shit. Fire's already starting. So are they pushing that? Oh, you got the grasshoppers. You got the grasshoppers eating everything up. Grasshopper swarms. Famines. We gotta get into gotta bring out these prophecies more. That's why. I touched on basically the Bible at the beginning, that the Bible basically, puts you on game basically about a lot of stuff. I touched on more of that because I already did a live on that before. But so now, like, I'm bringing out some prophecy and news update. Yeah, grasshoppers, man. Grasshoppers are, well, locust is a species of grasshoppers. It's like the same. They're like almost the same. Grasshopper swarm, West Coast. West Coast. A scourge of the earth, grasshopper swarms overwhelm U.S. coast. Let me get this article. From Guardian, just published not too long ago, like probably 4 hours ago. A scourge of the earth, grasshopper swarms overwhelm U.S. West. Has created ideal conditions for grasshopper eggs to hatch and for the insatiable eaters to survive in adulthood. Yeah, plagues, man. Plagues, more plagues. They're arriving in swarms so dense it can appear the earth is moving. They're covering roads and fields, pelting ATV riders, and steadily devouring grains and grass to the bedevilment of farmers and ranchers. A massive population of grasshoppers is proliferating in the sweltering American West, where a deep drought has made for ideal conditions for grasshopper eggs to hatch to hatching, surviving to adulthood. Quote unquote, I can only describe grasshoppers in expletives, said Roger Nicholson, a cattle rancher in Fort Klamath, a small community in southern Oregon, who once recalled seeing grasshopper bands eat 1,000 acres a day and cover the ground like snow. The insects caused innumerable headaches for farmers and ranchers competing with cattle for tough to find wild forage and costing tens of thousands of dollars in lost crops and associated costs. "Quote unquote, they are a scourge of the earth. They just destroy the land, destroy the crops. They're just a bad predator." Hey, man, that's gonna, these swarms, man. I'm gonna get it. Because this is what exactly it's gonna lead to. I'm gonna get what it's gonna lead to. Prolific though they are, the grasshoppers are not interlopers. Native to the western lands, they have been there for millions of years. Their population is typically in check. They hatch as tiny versions of adults, so small about 50 can fit on a coin the size of a quarter. In average years, most die off before becoming the winged grown-ups that now buzz the rural skies. They and their eggs are susceptible to pathogens, brutal winters, and starvation while young. But grasshopper populations began ballooning in spring 2020 thanks to warmer and drier winters that favored survival. Oh, that's why. Along with the lucky few rains that spurred grass that feeds young grasshopper populations. Oregon and Montana have been the hardest hit by the insatiable eaters, particularly in the arid eastern flank of both states. 13 other states are also facing grasshopper damage, according to hazard maps assembled by the Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service at the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The program helps grasshoppers on rangeland and also targets a close cousin, the Mormon cricket. The 17 states under the purview of this pest control have a combined agriculture value of $8.7 billion. According to the most recent estimates, last year the program spent more than $5 million on suppression efforts and is presently steeped in more. The biggest biomass consumer, quote unquote, in the country are not cattle, are not bison, they are grasshoppers, quote unquote, said Helmut Rogge, an entomologist and agricultural sciences who works for the Oregon Department of Agriculture. "Quote unquote, they eat and eat from the day they get born until the day they die. That's all they do," quote unquote. "They basically ate all the forage," quote unquote, said John O'Keefe, a cattle rancher whose eastern Oregon ranch was besieged by grasshoppers a year ago. The ranch was recently treated with insecticide to avoid being menaced again. O'Keefe estimates grasshoppers costed him $50,000 in lost forage, plus the price of hay to feed cattle once rangeland forage was gone. According to Rogge, agriculture losses due to grasshoppers are often reported to be in hundreds of thousands of dollars. In addition to grazing down wild rangeland, forage, which also wipes out feed for wild antelope, grasshoppers eat the leaves off of fruit trees and bed down in dry areas, regain crops where they decimate grain by eating slowly inward. Capable of flying for miles, they can travel in bands to consume one area and move on to the next. But controlling grasshoppers can be challenging because they molt like snakes, shedding skins as they grow, susceptible to the most targeted insect, the milling, only when young and between bolts. That window is small in places like Oregon where grasshoppers tend to hatch early and mature fast. And now they're saying it's because of the climate crisis. These devils is causing it. They manipulating the weather. They spraying the earth with chemtrails, spraying the sky with chemtrails and shit. They causing the damn climate crisis. They won't talk about that though. It's hasting the time of their hatch. The adults when spotted are too old to suppress, except with chemicals that harm other insects. That means Ranchers and farmers can spot infestations often out of luck until the next year. That's already the case in Oregon, where grasshoppers are entering adult days. Not so in Montana, where officials have made the most requests for insecticide. Let me get this scripture because this is exactly what's going on here. Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and there shall be famines and pestilences. This is a pestilence that can cause a famine, probably is gonna because of all that's going on, and earthquakes in diverse places. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Now less of a less less crops for less crops for the people because they got ate up by grasshoppers. So that's gonna put pressure on the supply chain. It's gonna give in, you know, causing a famine, a shortage. So you have more of that, more shortages coming, and a famine is a hell of a way to die, man. Famine is a hell of a way to die. Your body consumes itself from the inside. It's torture. It's fucking torture dying that way. Y'all gonna die of death by pain out here though, not taking heed. Verse gotta hold on. It's the time like no other. So it's gonna be bad famine that's coming. Jeremiah 30:4, and these are the words that Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah. Verse 5, for thus saith Yahweh, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Verse 6, ask ye now, see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces turning a paleness, sick with the fear. Verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. None like it. The time is coming up. Really, these are in Esau. He's the one that engineers this engineering this famine, bro. Esau created the situations for the grasshoppers to flourish. Esau himself, though, he's the controlled opposition, though. Esau himself, he's he's the sword of the Most High Yahweh, to judge y'all. Because that time is here, man. I'm bringing out for a while, trying to wake y'all up, and y'all won't wake up. 2/3 are not gonna wake up, and so now, it's gonna be you snooze, you lose. Revelation. Let me get it. I'm gonna go into the pale horse. Oh, let me go into the pale horse because you're gonna see why. Revelation 6:8. And I beheld in. I don't know if brothers have gone into this before, but it's all right, repetition, right? Get that in your head. And I looked and behold. Okay, Revelation 6:7. And when he had opened the seal, the fourth seal, Salaki, when he had opened the fourth seal, Salakia, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. Verse 8, and I looked and behold a pale horse. In him that sat on him was death. His name that sat on him was death. And hell followed. And hell followed with him. Death and hell, get into what that is going into. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. And you go get into that word pale, bro. you get into that word pale. It's talking about Jacob's trouble. You know that those two verses, by the way. But let me get the word pale. The word. Let me get it. What's the Greek word that's being used there? Revelation. No, because then you're gonna see like we in these days. KJV lexicon. Let me get that. There's something I want to get into. Revelation 6 and 7 lexicon. Let me get it. You're finna see if you can. Most High Yahweh will open your mind to it. Let me just get straight to it. Revelation 6 and 8. I looked and behold. Okay, the word there, pale, where they use the word chloros. It says the word chloros. I'm gonna get in. I'll show you why I'm bringing that out. There's a pale green and pale ashen, ashen, green thing, green. So let me get you finna see why I'm bringing that out. You know, because also death and hell, that's basically Esau. Death and hell, that's Esau. Because Esau's as death and hell. Tells you that in Habakkuk. It's referring to Esau. Because Esau is the Chaldeans, the modern day Chaldeans too, which were the rulers of Babylonia. You know, this is Babylon. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yet also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth his home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth in unto him all nations, he heapeth unto him all people. That's Esau. That's his new world order, by the way. It's a key part of it. All should become one people. And the Maccabees been trying to do it since then. But yeah, you know, want to bring that out because you have Bill Gates, you have Bill Gates and a few others. Hey, they call him Bill Hates or Bill Gates of Hell. Yeah, that devil Bill Gates. You know, Bill hates, and he's like pushing what's called a sustainable or green agenda. And you have to think of what kind of what that entails. You know, Agenda 21. You know, Agenda 21. You get into Agenda 21. Hold on. Get into Agenda 21. Because it links right up. And what they call a sustainable agenda. Sustainable for them, not for us. Agenda 21. Sustainable Development Knowledge Platform. Yep. Agenda 21 is a non-binding action plan of the UN with regards to sustainable development. For these devils, of course. It is a product of the Earth Summit held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. You know, they pretend like it's good for the Earth, basically. Act like it's good for the Earth. They try and help the Earth out. You know, and It's a whole PDF going into it. Brothers may have done videos on it though.